All right. What's up, everybody?
Hey.
This is Eddie. I'm here with
Vincent from Taiwan Observer. Oh, yeah.
So we are very blessed to have him here today. He's really good at doing all of his online stuff, and he's actually one of the guys that inspired me to start doing what I'm doing. So I'm actually very honored to have him here. So thanks for coming out, brother.
Oh, thank you very much.
My man.
I appreciate it. It's an honor to be on the show, man. And
I
thank
love
you so
it.
much. This is an awesome little studio you've got going on here, man.
Hopefully,
That's great.
Hopefully we're gonna have some more. So this is one half of the dynamic duo,
Yeah.
Taiwan Observer, and
That's right. Joseph will be coming soon, right?
he's coming soon. Yeah. But we just want to start with Vincent explaining maybe a little bit about himself before we really get involved, get into the Taiwan Observer and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, okay. Well, give you a little bit of background about myself.
Beauty.
So, I was born in South Africa. I moved to Korea when I was like 8 years old. I moved to Taiwan when I was like 15, and I've been in Taiwan for the last 11 years. And so, I've just been, born and bred Asia, Born in Africa, bred in Asia, that's what that's that's what I like to say.
Perfect. Okay.
But
and was it the family moving, or
yeah, my mom.
Okay.
My mom decided to take a job in Korea teaching English.
Okay, that's cool.
So she taught English there for a while, and then she moved on to teaching at a university, and then she moved on to starting a university starting an international arm of a university for Korea, for a Korean university, Usong University, and then she got tired of working in like international school scene in Korea, so she decided she wanted to come to Taiwan, where she thought she could get a better education from me. So we came here. I started attending international school in Hsinchu, and I graduated international school in Hsinchu, and I've been living in Taiwan ever since. I'm married. My wife is Filipino Taiwanese, and yeah, her parents are Chinese, Filipino Chinese from Philippines, but she was born in Taiwan and she's lived here her whole life. Yeah, you guys should check her out. Third Culture Fix. Third Culture Fix is her Facebook page, her YouTube, her Twitch. I'm also on Twitch, so check that out. Yeah.
Very cool. Actually, I've seen a couple of videos of hers as well, and I find that that's also the whole Third Culture kid is really something really cool. Because personally, myself, my family's Mexican.
Yeah.
I'm first generation Canadian, and I live in Taiwan, right?
Yeah,
so
right.
it's kind of like when that stuff comes up, I really feel it speaks to me. So
yeah, exactly.
Definitely. So check it out.
Just
it's good
like
stuff. Yeah.
Just like Joseph as well. He grew up all over Europe, and he never really lived in one place for very long. Or like me, I never really lived in one place very long, and then so yeah, basically third culture kids like my wife as well. She's a third culture kid, or anybody who grew up outside of their own culture, It's
weird. It's a crazy thing. Yeah, it's its own culture.
And you've got kids, so imagine they're like fourth culture.
Yeah. So my daughter, I got a little girl, and so she speaks English and Mandarin fluently. We're working on the Spanish. So she's the funny thing is with her now that she's in public school, it's always me that picks her up and stuff. Yeah. So she's always kind of like she's starting to learn about the Waiguaran, right? And people will be like, oh, Waiguaran. For me, it's normal. I've been here for 16 years. But for my 7-year-old daughter, she's like, what? What are these? That's not Waiguaran. That's my dad.
Yeah.
She's like, that's just what? That's just my dad. And she doesn't even know what Waiguaran is. She's just kind of like, eh. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So growing up in Asia myself, I have been here since I was like 7-8 years old. So when I was in Korea, it was really funny because people used to come up to me and ask me to take a couple pictures. Like, oh, like some sort of little celebrity. I'm like a little kid, like 8-year-old kid,
yeah.
Got the blonde hair, and they're like, oh, got to take a picture with this blonde hair, blue-eyed 8-year-old kid. And so I got used to that pretty early on.
And you're just like, yeah.
I
know how it goes. Yeah.
So I guess you could say I got that bug for being in front of the camera early on.
yeah. Well, it's working so far, man.
Yeah.
I love your shows for sure.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, we've got a lot of shows going on right now, guys. We've got the Daily Dose, Chatty Bao Bao. We've got TO Talks. We've got our event live streams. Yeah, lots of stuff. We'll get into talking about all of that.
Yeah, actually, for me, how I was how I found out about you guys is actually the Taiwan Observer, right?
Yeah.
So like I'm a busy guy, and I don't. No offense to anybody, I don't really read the newspapers.
Yeah.
I don't have time. So I'm a big Joe Rogan fan, as you are from what I hear, right?
Yeah, I am.
So one of the things that he said once was that you're able to control almost all the stuff that you consume, right?
Yeah.
And for me, I really do. Like, I love food, Mexican restaurants, all the entrepreneur sort of hustle things like, Gary Vee. I love that stuff. So that's the stuff that I consume. Obviously, I've been a soccer coach for most of my life. So I do obviously follow that. Not as much as I used to, because it's like the games are like 3 a.m., which is tough for me. Which I'm like, yeah. And UFC. So I mean, that's actually how I got turned on to Rogan, because people were like, "Have you seen Rogan's podcast?" And this was years ago, right? I'm like, the UFC guy? I'm like, I'll check it out. And I was like, whoa. I started by watching when he interviewed like UFC fighters, right?
Yeah.
So, and then I'm like, that's what I love, man. Joe Rogan for sure. So yeah. So anyways, the whole point of that was I'm a big fan of you guys on Facebook, so that's how I get my news. Like, I don't go out.
That's how we figure most people get their news these days.
Like, I don't like today was a Super Bowl, and I was sitting there with a couple friends, and we were having a couple of Bloody Marys in the morning, and this girl, she brought the newspaper in. I don't know, one of the local newspapers, and she's like, "Hey, do you want to check this out?" And I'm like, I don't think I've looked at a newspaper in, I'm gonna guess, maybe 5 to 10 years.
Right.
Because I'm like, I got all the stuff that I want,
and
the stuff that makes me happy, the stuff that motivates me, and Taiwan Observer is how I get my news.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, that's 100%.
It's always great to meet people who enjoy what we do, man.
Man, that's how I get it, and it's no lie. So from then I started to watch the Daily Dose, and so whenever it's like, boom, Daily Dose, I'm like, oh, I'll watch that. It's it's like short, quick. It's like, okay, I'm gonna get some news, and I'm not a big news guy, so yeah, I love it. So why don't you tell us about how the Taiwan Observer, how you got started into doing this?
Oh, okay. Well, me personally, how did I get started? Well, I've always had like, just like yourself, I've always loved online creators like Joe Rogan. I watch his podcast a lot. There's a bunch of other podcasts, mostly comedians podcasts I like to watch. Like Bill Burr's a good one. Bert Kreischer's got a good one. Christina P. and Tom Segura have a great one too. And I like to watch these podcasts. And a long time ago, I started watching random YouTubers, and I was super like interested in like, how do people get people to watch them online? Social media. When social media started to become a huge thing, I started to get really interested in how do people like sell themselves and market themselves online. So then what I started to do was to follow these people and watch them and try and just whenever I watch them, just try and figure out, what are they doing? What are their strategies? Why are they doing this? And then my friend and I came up with this business idea about selling food online in Taiwan. So we were like, oh, great. Now I can use these social media marketing skills to like push this food company. So we started this food company. And then we got investment we got investment for this food company. And then we took this food company to the Dragon's Chambers, which is like this.
Sure.
You know what that is,
I know
right?
about that. Yeah.
Yeah, for people out there who don't know, Dragon's Chambers is basically once every year they have this. Once every year they have this basically Shark Tank for foreign entrepreneurs in Taiwan. So I made it to the finals of this competition, and I didn't win anything, unfortunately, but we did make it to the finals of this competition. We got our name out there. After that, we enjoyed some success meeting different business owners and stuff, and we got everything together, and we were ready, getting ready to launch when my partner decided he's going to go back to China. So he had some family stuff, and he went back to China, and then he decided that he wasn't going to be able to do it anymore. So from that point on, I was like, oh well, I'm not gonna waste all this time and effort we've spent building like our understanding of social media and the platforms and how to market to do nothing.
Sure.
And then at that same time, Joseph was my partner was into social media stuff. So one day we were just like hanging out at my house, chatting, blah blah blah, and then he was complaining to me about how there's nobody's got a good source of news, in Taiwan. And then I looked at him and I was like, yeah, man, everywhere, like, you got to go to like 4 or 5 different places. There's like a little snippet here, a snippet there, a snippet here. If you follow, like, let's say, some of the big news organizations, Taiwan News, Focus Taiwan, China Post used to be much bigger. I do follow
Taiwan News, though, definitely. Yeah,
Focus Taiwan, they used to be, they are big, and Taiwan News used to, China Post, sorry, that's the one. It used to be much bigger. Taipei Times, they sort of like neglecting their social media and their internet presence, which is like really disappointing.
Because
they do a lot of the most, they cover local elections and local policy making and stuff like that, which nobody else covers, because it's not like big numbers on the news sites, that doesn't make the big numbers. So you see other people focus on things that make the big numbers. Taiwan News focuses on numbers. Focus Taiwan focuses on doing what's in the interest of the government at the moment.
Okay, yeah.
Because they're a government entity. Taipei Times, they focus on running a newspaper. They don't really want to put all their articles out online and so on.
That makes sense.
And then they sort of want to. They don't really want to go out that route. They want to sell more papers, which is understandable. They are a newspaper after all. And then, basically what we thought was like, oh, look at this fragmented landscape. There's nobody out here who's like trying to bring it all together, trying to make sense of all of this, trying to be a place where you can get everything important. Like, a lot of them give lots of fluff, where
it's really neutral, and it's like, this is what happened. Yeah,
and there's no like, because everybody else is funded by a big corporation, right? So
of course,
So there's a political leaning in every other Taiwan news site, or not Taiwan News in particular, but news sites in Taiwan all have a political leaning of some sort, and they're very obvious about it, and they want you to think a certain thing a certain way. And so we decided, like, hey, this is not what Taiwan Observer is about. We're gonna go and make something that talks about the issues and basically ignores this the political games that people play to get views, like.
Yeah.
What's that outrage culture? And we want to stick to.
Oh my gosh.
We wanna, exactly.
That's a tough one. I mean, there's also like some of those viral videos, or like there was that one where people were taking corn. You see that? And they would like stick a drill into the corn, and they'd be like, and then eventually you see people with their teeth flying and stuff, and it's like 65 million views, and you're like, holy! Oh, I'm like, maybe I'm not. Yeah, that's crap. Yeah, I like my teeth too much for that. But for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, there's stuff that you can do to get views, and we understand what gets the views, but we often shy away from like, let's put this up just for the views, So
sure.
So what our focus is basically to try and bring people what's important, and not so much about policy, but what actually affects the people, like what's gonna. Like, not what's happening between the KMT and the DPP at the moment, because how does that how often does that affect your life? Like, that this KMT legislature said something bad to the other one, like to the DPP guy, or this person is making a noise in the legislature about something. That's not what's important to us. What's important to us is about, what do people read? What do they want to know? What is important to their lives? So African swine flu, we made sure we posted some articles about that, talked about that, because we know that's affecting people, and like you could get big fines. Yeah, you could get big fines at the border if you're not. Most of our readers,
huge fines, apparently. Yeah.
Most of our readers are immigrant workers, because that's the biggest English reading population. People from Indonesia and from Philippines, because in Philippines people are educated in English. So our biggest readership is Filipinos and migrant workers. So basically, we cater to, so we will often talk about migrant worker issues, like how is the law changing for migrant workers? They can stay here on longer contracts. People aren't allowed to keep their passports. Maybe there was a big, one of the illegal brokers was busted or something like that. So we often cover that on our Daily Dose show, which is our daily live news show.
Beauty.
Yeah, and then we also have a few other shows that we've got going on, but we focus on like what people want to know, basically, what they need, what's important. And so if there's some big events coming up, maybe we'll go to the Dihuaijie market and show you a bit of the culture of Taiwan. Basically, we observing Taiwan. We're here to sit back and show people what's going on, not really try and shape people's opinions as much as let them figure out what they think for themselves.
Agree. I love it. I love it. I also think going to the night market has been done a lot, but also I think it's really interesting. So I've read, some people saying, "Oh, don't do that," blah blah blah. But that's like the people that live here. Yeah. But I mean, it's not like we're trying to show everybody that, hey, you know what, Taiwan, it's got good food. Markets are great. Like, we're very close to Shilla Night Market here. Yeah. And we go there once in a while just to check it out. When I'm there, I always get like sugarcane juice. Yeah. Because that reminds me of going to Mexico as a kid. Yeah. In Mexico, they don't even do the juice. They just give you the sugarcane and people are just chewing on it all day. And then in some places they'll do like salt, lemon, and hot sauce on there. And they just, I love that. And so when I go and I get that sugarcane juice, it brings me back to like, oh, I love this. So I give that to my daughter. She loves the sugarcane juice. My wife gets the Taiwanese snacks that she likes, and my daughter gets my daughter loves just like the sausages, Taiwanese sausages on a stick. Yeah, I love those too. So she'll be sitting there. Like I was talking about that with a buddy. She'll sit there with like her garlic and sausage, and she's like 7 years old. She loves garlic. She loves onions. Every time we go to Indian restaurants that know us, they give us big bowls of onions and stuff because they own my daughter since she was 2 would just chew on raw onions. She'd play with Taiwanese kids. That's good. That's good to know that she likes her vegetables. She does. Like it's funny because she'd play with other Taiwanese kids, and then they'd have their little snacks, and she'd have like her little Tupperware of like onions, and she'd just be like in. Taiwanese kids are like, what is that? And she's like, it's yummy. You want to try it? They're like, yeah, and they eat it, and they're like, oh my god, their face get all red, and she's like, what? If it gets really hot, drink a glass of milk or a glass of horchata and keep going, and that's what she does. I had like these videos of my daughter who was like probably like 2 or 3, and she would take like a tortilla chip, and she would like grab it, and she would take like a little piece of onion and a little green salsa. She'd bite it, and then she'd take another onion, and she'd sit there for like an hour eating like a little basket of chips for like an hour. She would just like one, boom, and it was like, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool thing, man. She's a good kid, so it's fun. It's definitely fun, man. Yeah. So even though people have like done videos about going to night market or something, like for sure, like your daughter, she's like interested in like all the night market foods there all the time. For sure, like. Basically, even if we do go to the night market for like one of our live streams or something, we're doing that as part of like hey, look at Taiwan, look at what's going on around here. And usually, even though people say they don't like it, the biggest views come from when we're doing that. We're doing that, guys. So, we understand that there's a need to cater to the population that's lived here for a long time, of course, because. Me, myself, I'm been here a long time. Like, I don't want to know about the night market, man. I've been there so many times, I don't care anymore, right? I want to know about policy, what's going on, what's happening. Exactly, So what we do is we get, like, someone on our Chatty Bao Bao show. Check it out. I'm plugging it right now. We got the magic shirt on today. Magic shirt, green shirt. Magic shirt, yeah. But, Chatty Bao Bao. And basically what we do is we find someone like yourself. You're going to be on this show, guys. I'm excited to be on the show, to be honest. I'm very excited about it. Yeah, you're going to be on the show. I'm a fan. And we're going to interview you as well. But last time we had a Filipino fashion designer who's the first artist, the first Filipino to get an artist's license and to be a licensed working artist in Taiwan. Oh, wow. Like as a I missed sand that artist. One. Yeah. That's cool. That's very cool. I caught the one with Mayur from Mayur's Indian Kitchen. Fan of his. Also, of course, the Santa one. Fan of Santa. Santa's my man. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're good. We're big Santa.
And Mayur's going to. We've had an interview with him, and we're actually working right now with him on Holi Festival, guys. So check
beautiful.
out
Holi.
Okay. Yeah, Holi Festival.
Hashtag Holi Festival in Taiwan.
Yeah, we're the official media partner. We're making all the branding, the social media branding and stuff like that.
Beautiful.
So you can see go to our Facebook page, Taiwan Observer, and see the newest video. Click on the link in the description.
I actually haven't seen that one, so after this, that's where I'm going.
Yeah, event link is in the description, so you can go and buy tickets, figure out how to get a ticket, figure out how to do that. It's all on Taiwan Observer's Facebook page.
Perfect. We can actually drop a link in this one as well.
Oh, cool.
For sure, yeah.
And we'll be giving away be giving away tickets, not once, but twice.
I have seen
Holi Festival.
I have seen that. Okay.
Yesterday we gave away some tickets to
Rap
Dutan 2019, which is a Filipino rap concert with Glock 9 and Shanti Dope, which are big stars in the Philippines in the rap industry.
And they're coming here.
They're coming here to Hsinchu to do a thing, and we were the promotion for that, and we also did promotion for Beer Con. So if you guys are interested in getting something promoted, hit Taiwan Observer up. We understand the landscape here in Taiwan when it comes to making compelling marketing content. So come and hit us up, and we'll be glad to charge you a nice sum of money to do
yeah, sure. Sold. Actually, one of the things I think is the marketing you guys do is very well. I think it's done well. Sorry. I think that that's kind of one thing that I think it's a little behind in Taiwan. Like whenever I'm learning marketing techniques and stuff like that to put into my restaurant, I try to go to like the States. I try to go to like the big guys and see what they're doing, and then it's good. It really works well. And like for example, I take my daughter to school, and we live like 5 minutes from the school, so we're walking to school. And there's always the guy standing out there like, with a sign that says buy a house from whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then there's always somebody giving out flyers, and everybody's like no, but they're on their phone. I'm like, so I think if you're on the phone, that's where all the attention is nowadays.
Yeah.
And
the average person in Taiwan checks their Facebook 16 times a day. So think about that.
Okay. Yeah. I believe it.
It's true.
I went to this sales conference thing, and they said that Taiwan uses their Facebook more than any other country in the world, like compared with the population and stuff
per
like
capita,
that. Per capita, yeah.
The average Facebook user checks their phone 16 times a day to check Facebook in Taiwan. So
to all
I know
my
I'm guilty
friends,
of that. I'm guilty.
I do too, because I have I have the restaurants.
Yeah,
I have things that I'm trying to do.
Yeah, we basically constantly get messages on Facebook or notifications for our Taiwan Observer. So I don't really have a choice.
Yeah, you have to. It's part of the job now.
It's part of the job now. Right?
And that's just a little shout out to all of my friends and that have their businesses here that don't want to do Facebook. You got to do it, man. Come on, you got to do it.
It's the biggest marketing tool in the whole world. Like
they're
the biggest marketing company behind Google in the entire world.
Yeah.
So like, if you're not utilizing Facebook ads, or maybe you don't know how to utilize Facebook ads, like that's something that I realize is that a lot of people it's just the learning curve is just like too much. It's like you got to be a professional, or you're not going to be able to really get it, because there's so many buttons to click and so many ads to place.
That's
and
true.
Even yourself, I saw you ran an ad for longer than you needed to.
Yeah,
a couple times.
I did, for sure. Yeah, I did. Yeah. And one of my buddies commented and is like, "Christmas is over, dude." And I was like, "Oh, is that thing still on? Oh my gosh, yeah."
Whoops.
Right. Yeah. That
exactly.
Was funny.
So it happens.
Yeah,
I think for a lot of people, they just don't know how to even begin to get into it.
So
if you don't know how to get into Facebook marketing or even online marketing of any sorts, hit up Taiwan Observer, man. We are full-fledged production company. We can make videos, we can do posts, photos, do campaigns about anything you need. Just hit us up and we can work something out.
Good to know. Very good to know. Yeah. Okay. Good. So the Taiwan Observer has branched off into multiple other channels, right?
Yeah. So basically, Taiwan Observer is no longer just a tiny little page, guys. not only are we doing full shows now, Chatty
Chatty
Bao
Chatty
Bao
Bao
being
Bao,
our
big
number
fan.
one,
Love
our
it.
number one show at the moment,
Love
bringing
that
in
one.
bringing in the views. Go watch this. Actually, I lie. This is not our most viral show, but it is our most like watched.
Okay.
So watch time. People like to watch Chatty Bao Bao. So you guys might find it interesting. We had Keone Everington. He's the editor of Taiwan News. If you spend any time on Facebook, you know him from the groups because he's always posting.
He is super duper active, man. Yeah, wow, he's amazing. Yeah.
They are doing really well social media wise because of his sustained campaign, guys. You might not like seeing him so much online, but it's benefiting Taiwan News a lot. So
Sure.
like I've seen some negative comments towards him saying, "Hey, don't
stop spamming my page.
Stop spamming my page," or something like that. I mean, unfortunately, that's the name of the game in social media. You have to spam people if you want them to know what's going on.
That's right.
We have to spam our show all the time.
Yeah.
We also get people also get annoyed with us, like, "Oh, don't you have any courtesy coming to spam your stuff all over our pages all the time?" You're like, "Come on, guys, this is the name of the game. If you're on social media, this is what you have to do to get your name out there." So
I think that, let's call them like the haters, right? I think that's a really small percentage.
Yeah, I mean,
because
most people are supportive,
like, wow,
and they want to
great.
see more good content coming.
Like
from
I see
Taiwan.
you guys doing stuff, and I'm like, oh, the Daily Dose, bam, let's check that out, and I'll watch it, and then if I'm busy, I'll watch it another time. But I mean, I think that's the way to do it for sure. Yeah, sure. I mean, sometimes people are just gonna hate. Yeah. I mean, I've been doing my restaurant for 11 years, and we get hate. I mean, we got lots of fans. We got lots of people that love it, and things are great, and I appreciate them. Shout out to all the Eddy's fans out there. But we also get like, you get 1-star reviews sometimes, and
just because someone doesn't like you.
Yeah, they don't like me. Yeah, and then they're like, oh, that Eddy, he thinks he's something.
Or maybe they could even just be like,
or it could be a competitor. I have a neighbor that gave me a crap review.
It was like somebody just came by and is like, oh, I don't like this guy because one time, because one time I came here, they didn't have a kind of drink I like.
Exactly. It's true. That does happen, and unfortunately, it's not very easy to get like avocados in Taiwan. So we have a pretty steady supply, but once in a while, the island doesn't have avocados.
Yeah, right.
And
so
then
you can't
people
make
like
guacamole.
Mexican restaurant without guacamole, and I'm like, man, I can't.
Everyone's on year round, man.
What can I do? And then they say, well, the big chain, I won't mention the big chain places have them, and I tell them, well, because they use frozen paste.
Yeah, right.
They use frozen paste and
pre-made stuff.
And I get samples of that all the time, and I'm like, oh,
it just doesn't
because
taste
we
good.
really use fresh stuff. So to add that, it's like it's heartbreaking for me to do that. I'm like, I can't. Yeah. And I actually, when I have those samples, I don't just eat them. I actually give them to people. I give them to staff, not staff. Well, some staff, but customers, and customers are just like, what is this? I'm like, not to hate on anybody, but that's sometimes why we don't have guacamole, which is there's a couple like, 1-stars about that for sure. But
there's like a thing. Like,
sure,
are you looking for like the haters? Like they may hate, but like what about the quality we're trying to produce? Is somebody else doing like? Think about it. Are your restaurants? You're working hard to keep a level of quality, and if there isn't, if you're not going to be able to keep that quality, you might not just do it at all. Yeah, and that's I agree. That's what happened with us at Taiwan Observer. We're like, we want to keep a sense of quality. So if we can't do something that's of a proper quality, we'll just like not choose to not do it at all.
So we're not going to see you guys doing the little corn challenge or the
water
bucket challenge, any of that
no,
stuff?
We're not going to do that.
You're not going to be seeing that? Okay.
No, you're not going to be seeing that on Taiwan Observer. But if we ever do something like that, rest assured it's a joke.
Okay. Nice. But I was saying, in the beginning, I think the very first video I saw was when you were doing the big productions with it was like a what is it? What's that festival? The Dragon Boat. Yeah. With Chu Yuan, and it was like, I'm like, that's pretty awesome. And you had I can't remember which one of you guys had the big white beard.
Joseph was wearing the whole outfit.
That was great because I remember teaching kindergarten and the funny thing was 5 and 6 year olds they're like, okay, it's Chinese New Year week or whatever here. teach this, and I'm like, I don't even know this, you know.
Yeah, right.
So I had to do some research about who is Chu and why, you know, why the dumplings and all that, and so I had to teach that to local kids in like the school I was working at a long time ago, and so that brought back a lot of memories for me, and I was like, love it, I'm sold, I'm in.
Because we used to do so basically we used to do these full shows every week where we talked about like maybe 5 to 10 topics from the week that were big news and like that happened during the week, and we like wrote these really nice shows. And the thing is, we spent like, let's say 14 hours doing something like that. That's tough, man. It's like 6 hours of filming and then like 8 hours of like editing afterwards, and then our views were like 3,000 per video. That's and we were just like, pooh, we can't, this is not something we can do. This is not a sustainable model, right? So we were just like, this is not something we can continue. So even though those were like they were most great. I mean, fun thing to make ever, and like I still laugh if I watch them because they were hilarious. But they were. It just took too much time. But you can go check out all of these videos on our Facebook page and on our YouTube.
Yeah. The good thing is they're still there.
They still all exist. You guys can go watch all of them. They were really funny and they were a great time to make. But we decided to move on to like talk shows, because that we realized when we were doing a talk show, people like that, and they get involved, and they can get in, like talk to us through like they can ask questions to people and stuff like that. So the live talk show, like what we're doing right now, is what we decided to go for.
That's kind of the same with me. I mean, we were chatting earlier that to set up all this equipment and to get everything to where you want it, like special thanks to this guy because he helped me rearrange things. It probably looks way better than the last show, so thanks for that. It's a learning process, and so you buy pieces of this and you buy your this and that, and you think, okay, I'm ready, but then you're like, okay, no, I'm not ready. And you watch some YouTube videos and you're like, well, you make sure you get your lighting, and you got to have your top lighting, and you got to have your this, and and then I'm like, okay, and then you get that stuff, and then you kind of set up, and you're like, I think I'm ready, and then you watch another video that's like, no, you don't need lighting, you need this, you need this, no, you need like the XLR microphone in your face, no, you're okay with the Blue Yeti, you're like, whoa, it's like another language.
Yeah, right.
And you're just like, man,
every kind of show has its own setup, so
sure.
It took us a long time to figure out how to make how to produce the shows properly. But now that we moved on from like doing a like a scripted cut, like edited cut show, to doing live shows, we've gotten a better response from the audience. People like to see what's going on live. They like that it's raw and unfiltered. They like to interact with us basically on our
for sure,
on our page. So when we get comments, we can ask the questions live to our to the interviewee, and the people like, and it seems to be like that's what people want to watch from us. So that's what we're doing more of these talk shows.
I think that's the way to do it, and I also
bringing a deeper understanding of what's happening in Taiwan, rather than just like blips of flashes of news, like everybody else is doing.
Like also the benefit of live is you don't you're up, like as soon as we hit record, you're on. You don't have to be like, okay, let me just I have done videos where we record like we have contests at the restaurant and it's pre-recorded, and it's like it's okay, but for example, this will be it's already on now. We're doing it now. But like, let's say, okay, you won this contest for the 3,000 NT voucher for the restaurant. We do this monthly contest, and we record it, and I give it. I have a designer who works with me full time, and she edits my videos and stuff. And she's like, okay, she's doing a good job, but it takes time. Yeah. And I'm like, can it be done like now? And she's just like, no, I need to do this, and it does look great after she's done the edits, but it's like it takes time, and then sometimes I've done like 4 videos this weekend, like a pop-up here and an interview here, and we did this contest thing here, and I'm just like, here you go, can I have those today? And she's just like no. She's like, that's not possible, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Let's go. So that's what I love about live. It's like we're on now. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, this
is the show. But the thing with live, especially with Chatty Bao Bao, plug in it again, guys.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah, let me tell you.
I'll be wearing the shirt next time.
Yeah, there you go. We've got so basically what with Chatty Chatty Baba, even though our 14, we still put in about like 10 hours of pre-production into Chatty Chatty Baba, right?
Okay.
But the thing is, it's not the same kind. We don't have to schedule out a 14-hour block to work.
Yeah.
You know, so it's something we can do over a week. Or over 2 weeks. So we spend an hour here, an hour there. We do the pre-interview with the person. We do the research about their life. You know, we figure out what's going on, what we can talk about with that person, and we really get into it. So that
how do you choose the people for that? Out of curiosity.
Most of it's just opportunity. You know, just based on whoever we meet in our endeavors. Cool. Like, we met Mayor, and we were like, hey, would you like to do an interview with us? And we were talking to him online, and then he was like, yeah, sure, we can do something together. And then that spawned a whole relationship of like doing an interview, and now we use his restaurant for some upcoming events, which we'll talk about in a minute, guys.
Yeah, beautiful.
And then so when we do Chatty Chatty Baba, there is about 14 hours worth of production. But the thing is, those 14 hours are now spread over a week. It's 2 hours a day, or it's like 1 hour a day, because we do it because it's once every 2 weeks, right? So there's about an hour's worth of work a day, and that way we can spread it out, and we can actually do a nice quality
Still kind
show.
of enjoyable too.
Yeah, it's enjoyable, you know, and it's not like, I got a deadline, we got to get this up by 12 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and then I'm drinking Red Bull all night. Editing videos.
Like the college days,
Yeah, right.
I got a test tomorrow or my essay, and I haven't done anything.
Exactly, right.
So that doesn't work very well. Yeah.
And then I was just like, no, we can't. This is not a sustainable... without an editor, this is not a sustainable thing for myself, because I'm working full time too, you know.
Sure.
So I can't.
Well, I'm working like full time plus part time plus.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I mean, that's what happens when you're the business owner, right?
Yeah, right.
So you get
Taiwan Observer. Like I've got 2 jobs, and then I have 3 jobs which I get paid for, and then I've got 2 jobs which I don't get paid for, which is Taiwan Observers. You know, with any startup, you've got to spend a significant amount of time, and if you don't have money, guys, you got to spend a lot of time and effort, and what do they call it? Sweat equity. So you got to put in that sweat equity to build something. And so, because of Joseph and I's like relentless pursuit of Taiwan Observer, we've been able to build 41,000 likes on our page, 41,000 followers, 39,950 something likes, or 70 likes, something like that.
That's incredible.
We started out, like I said, just aggregating the news, like getting everybody's getting all the news and putting it into one place, and then we moved on to original content shows, and now we focus on Chatty Chatty Bao Bao, and now our new project is Daily Dose.
Oh, sure. I love the Daily Dose. Yeah.
So we just choose one topic for the Daily Dose, and we just go ahead, and we've got 2 people. It's Liam and myself.
Yeah, there's another guy, right?
And then we've got a third person.
Down south or something?
Amax with the facts.
Okay. Oh, is
Amax is going to be...
He's going to be the Daily Dose guy, too. Nice.
Well, hopefully.
Amax.
Come on.
Hashtag Amax.
We're waiting on you, bro.
He's a great dude.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Love him.
Yeah, we're just waiting for Amax to come through with... his contribution to Daily Dose, and
beautiful.
So we're going to be that team is going to be 3 strong, and then we're going to be doing 5 days a week. We're going to be choosing a topic and talking about it. So come on by and hit up Daily Dose. It's definitely something that we're passionate about, where we choose a new topic every day. That's been a big topic over the last few days in the news, and we talk about it. We give you the information about it, and then we give you a little bit about what we think about it, and we tell you a little bit of more information that maybe most of the articles don't include, or maybe what are the deeper implications of this to the everyday lives of people, you know, because a lot of these websites that are big right now, they just give like news flash. Nobody's really analyzing what's going on, and like sometimes we'll even
little clickbait at the top.
We put a little bit of clickbait just to make sure you click, and then we give you the information the clickbait promised, and then we get into the deep dive. So that's how that works. And Daily Dose is going strong. We're getting good view numbers. It's climbing all the time, and when we hit a trendy topic, you know, we get
Yeah, sure.
We get lots of views on that.
Elections and that must have been a good one.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Yeah, our election coverage. We were the only independent news in English covering the elections. Nobody went out to cover the elections on the street. We were the only guys on the street in English talking to people. So like, if you want to get content about like that you will not get anywhere else, Taiwan Observer is the place to get it. Nobody else is walking to the lines at the election and was asking people live on camera what do they think about the election.
I thought that was very cool. Yeah, I thought that was very cool.
And there's a lot of things. Nobody else is really pushing long form long form interviews around Taiwan the style we're doing with, except for you now, right? This is the second. We're competition.
This is the third.
We're gonna.
That's it.
Put him up. Put him on.
Yeah, this guy sucks. Don't watch anything he does. Yeah.
No, just kidding. Yeah,
sure,
I encourage you guys to watch.
Yeah.
And Daily Dose is our current project, so please follow that. Help us share those videos, guys. Every share is amazing to us. Like, you don't even know how much I love when you guys share, because that
share
I appreciate it so much, because the more you share, you guys don't even know. Every time you share, it gives us access to all of the people that you know, that you've been friends with on Facebook or whatever social media you share it on, and that really boosts any creator you like. So if you
also
like
means
Eddy,
a lot.
It
means a lot, because that means that what you just saw, you find share worthy, right? You're like, hey, I think this is cool. I'm going to share it.
So many people find something cool and then they forget to share.
True.
Like, come on.
True. Come on, man.
Once I started doing my own shows and
you share all the good stuff now.
Now I'm just like, okay, I gotta share this somewhere. I gotta share this somewhere. I gotta share this somewhere.
Yeah.
But anyway, talking about new projects we're doing.
Okay. Yeah.
Another new project we got going on is something that you'll be involved with. Right?
I'm very excited about it.
Yeah. Taiwan Creators Club. Creators, please come on out and check out Taiwan Creators Club. Basically, what we're doing with Taiwan Creators Club is we are making basically a club for creators like ourselves, right?
Okay, yeah.
Because nobody else is doing this. Nobody's putting on a networking event where we can come and hang out together and get to know each other, maybe find people to collaborate with.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, it's not like we were just joking about earlier. It's not a competition.
No.
If everybody kind of works together and does their thing, it's awesome. I saw this one video once where there's this one what is it called, Unbox Therapy, this huge YouTube channel, and I saw him go to this event. It was like a club, and he was like Linus Tech Tips, and all these dudes were there, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. You know, these guys are all hanging out, and that's kind of what we want to do, I think. Yeah,
that's
what
cool.
Everybody's like, yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, and we'll be having the first at the end of March or beginning of April. Stay tuned. We'll have a event coming out on Taiwan Observer specifically for Taiwan Creators Club. And Taiwan Creators Club is going to be creators. We're going to have a networking event. We're going to bring out a big media creator or a big creator in Taiwan. We're going to have them come over and give a presentation.
Share a couple tricks and share
just 10-minute presentation about tips and tricks and what do they see is part of their like how can they help other creators, what's going on, how can you guys do better at whatever it is you want to do in Taiwan. And then not only that, but we're going to have a 15-minute Q&A afterwards where you can just ask creators.
Super valuable. Super valuable. Yeah.
Like, I wish somebody was around to like let me go and just like, hey, tell me about this, tell me about that.
For sure.
What was your experience like? Because that's so valuable to us other creators. Because there's a lot of YouTube videos and whatever, but you don't really get to like understand what someone is talking about until you're standing with them in their face and they can correct you with whatever you've got wrong, or maybe you can ask a quick question like, oh, what do you mean by that? And then they can quickly tell you what they mean by that, and then it's so much more clear, you know. So
example number one, we were sitting here earlier and he's like, here, let me just adjust your setup here, and I'm like, yes. I mean, I've been trying to get someone to look how great it is. I was so happy to have that, because I mean, even if I wanted to, hire somebody to come and do that, who am I going to get to do that? Like, who's going to come here and do that, you know? So,
and if you are going to hire somebody, they're going to cost a lot.
A lot, yeah. And not just that, I don't know where to get somebody in Taiwan to come. Yeah. You got to fly somebody from the U.S. to rearrange my seat, you know? Like, what? To say, hey, here's this little trick on this software. Like, cool.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, just like little, just those little tricks and tips that you get from, just those like little efficiencies you can find from other creators. Like, hey man, maybe like we got this one creator who's a event promoter, and he's like, hey man, you know, you're trying to solve your giveaway problem. You know what you should do? Have people send you tell them they need to share it, and then have them send you a screenshot to your page's message box, and bam, that's the easiest way to get people to share and prove that they've shared it, and then that way you can just sign those people up for the giveaway. And it's like, bam, that's what we've been doing. And
good idea
that
too,
little trick really helped. Thank you very much, Tristan from CraftCon Asia. Yeah.
Tristan. I know Tristan.
Yeah,
of course.
Thank you very much for that tip. You know, just
guy,
little things like that. You know,
for sure.
Really, it might take you 3 or 4 posts to figure out that this is the way to do it, right?
Sure. Or 3 or 4 podcasts, YouTube shows to figure out, okay, we're good. I think we got a good little setup now.
Yeah, exactly. And you just need just little tweaks that somebody can help you with, and like explain, like, hey, you need to do this better, or hey, you can do this, and like, or maybe you don't understand something, or maybe you want to know in Taiwan specifically where to buy equipment.
Yes,
man,
that is a tough one.
That is one that I hope that Taiwan Creators Club can help everybody out with.
Yeah,
just
sure.
Where to get equipment.
You know, I would have to go down to like the computer market, right? But it's hard to find, because when you ask, do you have this Rode whatever podcaster thing, people are just like, what?
Yeah, right.
What are you talking about? We got this.
It's like,
well, it's not really what I'm looking for, because you're looking for information, and you're like, okay, YouTube's like, here's your checklist, bam, 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 bam. Oh wait, we can't find any of that in Taiwan.
Exactly. So what's the Taiwanese equivalent?
Yeah. So what's the Taiwanese equivalent? Exactly. Yeah.
And so I wish that well, not wish. I hope that this club can start this. For sure. Creative community, bring us together, and that's what Taiwan Observer is about. That's our motto, our new motto that we've been using lately, and that we really think rings true to us. It's like bringing the community together.
Beautiful, I love it.
The first project in bringing the community together is Taiwan Creators Club.
The club, yeah. So come and check out the club, guys. It'll be fun. We'll have some info. I'll be posting about it. Yeah. I'll definitely be sharing a little bit about that on even my restaurant page, just to get some more.
And go to our group, guys.
Go to the group,
with Taiwan Content Creators.
I think the last 3 or 4 last week or so, we've had more people joining,
more people
right?
joining, more people talking, because
people are talking, asking questions, sharing.
Because we've started to get active in that group, started to get the group active again, we've had this idea for a long time, as you can see, but now we're finally bringing it to fruition. So come and join the group.
I actually, before you came, I just shared, hey, we're going to be live in 15 minutes. Check out this link. So that's cool, man. I think it's cool. And eventually, we were saying earlier, I'd like to have this sort of channel thing we'll stream to Facebook and YouTube live, because it's like, you have to. Obviously, they're competitors, so you have to choose, and you're like, ugh. It's a tough thing to choose, you know. Like, come on, why can't we just do both? Yeah. And they're like, well, you can do Twitch. I'm like, okay, Twitch is good too, but I'm not, you know, Twitch is for video games, right? Usually. Well,
Twitch for me, I actually do use Twitch. I use Twitch, guys. I'm gonna plug myself right now.
Do it.
Go find the Mr. Moo on Twitch, my friends. If you're into Twitch, you can find the Mr. Moo. That's me.
Beautiful. Okay.
Here, I've even got a sticker.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Bam. There we go.
There it is. Oh, I've seen that. Okay.
So go find me on Twitch too. The Twitch page. The Mr. Moo, Twitch. Okay.
So what is Twitch about? I mean,
basically,
I know
what
it's video games, right? Isn't it usually?
Usually it's video games, but there's a group of people called IRL streamers, which do in real life streams. Okay. So what that is like, I go around Taiwan, I walk around night markets, I walk around Ximending, show people Confucius Temple, show people temples around Taiwan, go to touristy spots, and basically just hang out for 3-4 hours on online with with a couple of friends of mine, you know, that are there, and I've got a. But Twitch is very hard to grow on, so and it's almost impossible to get people to get new followers and stuff. If you're trying to do Twitch, guys, I think do it as not your main focus, but as your side hustle.
Side hustle.
So if you were to do Twitch, I think that would be, you could stream to Twitch as well. There's a talk show section. So they have lots of talk shows. You could stream this to Twitch as well. Have a Twitch talk show.
Why not?
And then why not get a few more viewers and
get some Twitch guys.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay. I actually thought that Twitch was all video games.
No.
Like here's your little box down here.
It's growing really fast when it comes to like streaming. IRL streaming is growing very fast. We're actually going to be having a big IRL streamer on Chatty Chatty Baba, our show. Before Eddy on.
Yeah.
Eddy right here will be on March 21st, and we will be having Joey Chaotic on March 7th. So come and check out on Thursday, 8:45, March 7th. Joey Chaotic, a big live streamer here, from Taiwan, English live streamer in Taiwan. There's a lot of Taiwanese live streamers, and an English live streamer in Taiwan. We're gonna have him on the show. He's gonna talk about what he does, and hopefully he'll come through to Taiwan Content Creators Club as well.
Cool. Yeah, I'd love to meet him. For sure.
Hopefully he comes through and
excellent.
hangs out with us there as well.
Excellent.
So there's a bunch of creators.
A lot of projects.
Yeah. And then talking about more projects.
Beautiful.
We got one more project.
Let's go.
Going down in the Taiwan Observer universe called the Social Eating Club.
Okay, nice.
So
I like food. I like eating.
Yeah.
Tell me more. Tell me more. Yeah.
The Social Eating Club is basically Taiwan Observer is going to be starting on March 1st, guys. Come through March 1st. Our first Social Eating Club. It's called Taiwan Taster. We've got a page. You can go Taiwan Taster, look it up. The page is about 600 followers. You go look us up, Taiwan Taster. And basically what we're doing with this Taiwan Taster Social Eating Club, we're making an event where we go to different restaurants. Every couple of months we'll be going to a different restaurant, and the restaurant will be giving an exclusive little menu for us.
Some tasting menu or something.
Tasting menu that you guys can. So it costs about 350 to 400 depending on the restaurant.
Yeah,
so 350, 400. Come down to the restaurant. There'll be a tasting menu where you can taste something, and beers at our first event will be buy one get one free. So come get a
beautiful. And where is the first event going to be?
It's going to be at Mayur Indian Kitchen.
Okay. I haven't had a chance to try. I love Indian food. I've heard amazing things about that place. So.
Yeah, it's on Friday.
Very cool.
There's a long weekend, so it's the first day, Friday, March 1st. So come by on Friday, March 1st. Check that out. We're going to be doing a lot of cool events coming to Eddy's cantina as well.
We're all about that stuff for sure.
The second event will most probably be at Eddy's,
Sounds
and then
good.
the third event will be we're looking into a Taiwanese restaurant, so we can also try out some local.
I was saying
maybe
earlier,
an Aboriginal restaurant.
Yeah, I was actually saying that I know quite a few restaurant owners as well, and I mean everybody needs. You know, you get a group in and you're happy, right? You're doing well for the day, and you get some exposure, and like for us, one of the main things that I want to do with this is. I get to interview cool people. With the restaurant, I mean, probably with your business as well, I get to meet, like, just cool, just amazing people doing amazing things, and I want to share those stories. That, like you, like, the stuff you're doing is crazy, man. I love it. And I think that I want people to know, so if there's any way I can help to share it, I'm in, you know.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Obviously, I have two restaurants, so... I know a lot about the food scene, so I do know a lot of restaurants that would love it. I mean, I could rattle off like 20 right now, but but then I'd be insulting somebody that I forgot. So I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, also beer breweries. Yeah, I'm pretty tight with all the brewers in town.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna have a couple of brewers on pretty soon as well, and. One of my good customers is like this CFO of like Gogoro. Yeah, it's like you're having beers and chatting with customers, and you're like, so what do you do? And they tell you they do this thing, and you're like, holy, that's crazy.
So it's awesome. You can have cool people up on the show. Right?
It's just like there's so many people that are just they're doing amazing things, and you know them as oh, this guy likes fish tacos, extra cilantro. But what you don't know is he's like got this multi-billion-dollar company, like one of the guys I'm thinking of. He's got this a huge multi-billion-dollar company, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Damn, oh my gosh.
You just know he likes fish tacos with cilantro.
Fish tacos and cilantro. I was telling the story today, when we had our restaurant in Danshui, there was this Taiwanese dude, vegetarian guy, and he was really thin, he was really ripped. He used to get beans, like refried beans, taco beans, right? So, I mean, you forget names and stuff. So we were saying, my wife would be like, oh, hey, we got one more table. Oh, it's taco beans. He brought a friend, right? And we're like, okay, taco beans, whatever, cool. So, you do your thing. So a couple weeks or a couple months would go by, and I was going to this gym in Danshui, and I saw him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, taco beans, how you doing, brother? And he's just like, who the hell is this guy, He's like, what? And I'm like, oh, what's up, buddy? How you doing? It's been a little while. Because I'm just like, hey, taco beans, what's up? What's up, taco beans? How's things? Good?
Yeah, so you get an opportunity to meet all sorts of cool, interesting people, right?
That's the whole point of what I'm doing here, man.
Yeah, and
I just want to share
that's the whole point of the Taiwan Creators Club, is to get that opportunity to meet people. Because how hard is it to meet people that who are like actually interested in doing this sort of stuff? There's very few and far between, right?
Yeah. And you get to meet the haters for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like a friend of mine who's a good customer, good friend. He was also, I was telling people, we're getting the logo, and I was putting out the feelers, and people were like, yeah, that's cool, man. If anyone can pull that off, I think you'll do a good job. And I'm like, cool, a big Joe Rogan fan, blah, blah, blah. And one guy's like, well, does the world really need another podcast?
Yes, the world needs as many podcasts as there are people who are interested in them,
I think so.
Yeah, why not?
And he's okay. I'm like, oh, well, I guess we'll see. And if they don't, then they don't. But I'm going to try anyway. So we're working on it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. This is you're still like in the beta testing pilot phase.
Basically, yeah.
You're just trying to figure things out. And eventually, this will get you'll have something really good going on here when you build following and stuff. Yeah, I think this is a really interesting show. I've watched the episodes you put out already. I think they're great.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. And I watch yours as well. Yeah. So I think it's cool, and I'm glad that you came to come and chat, because I think it's good for people to know. And if there's anybody that are fans of mine that are maybe not fans of Taiwan Observer yet, maybe fans of the restaurant,
guys,
there you go, man. So that's where I get my news. There's a couple other places. Taiwan News is awesome as well.
Yeah, Focus Taiwan is great. Taipei Times are good. Yeah,
there's good stuff out there. Yes, but I get my stuff from these guys.
But we're the only independent one, guys. Yeah. So there is another independent, Taiwan English News. But
okay.
So you guys can check him out too.
Yeah.
Philip does a great job writing articles, finding interesting news articles that the rest of the people just aren't talking about, things that, like, I didn't know there was such a gun problem in Taiwan until he started writing about it, you know what I mean? Cause,
I didn't know that until you just said that.
Yeah, right. So I didn't know there was a huge gun problem until people started writing, until he started writing about it. So
wow, that's a surprise.
So yeah, guys. So the independents are really the ones that are doing the interesting stuff. Like me and Joseph, we're completely independent, no corporate backing. So we try and keep it non-biased, stuff like that. We just do what we think is best. Talking about projects and corporate, though, there is one thing we are doing right now that we would want you guys to join in as well. It's called Holi. Taiwan has got a festival, Holi Festival. So guys, come out and check out Holi in Taipei.
So to somebody that doesn't know what Holi is,
Holi basically, the event is where it's a Indian cultural festival, right? Okay. So there'll be lots of Indian food and Indian music,
which is always delicious. Yeah.
But basically, I'm sure most of you guys have seen images or videos floating around online of people throwing paints and powders and different colors at each other on their faces and stuff like that. This is basically what Holi is. People,
my daughter would love it.
Yeah, it's like people going nuts, throwing paint and powder. And and if you go watch the video we've got on Taiwan Observer right now, is about Holi and the significance of Holi. And basically Mayur, the guy we interviewed and who we've partnered with to do this event, Mayur says that he talks about the significance of Holi. It's like the reason for the colors is so that we don't know are you from Indonesia, Africa, from this other country?
Wow.
What, are
okay.
you, what's the point? Are you a higher class, lower class? Like, what's the point of throwing all these colors in your faces? Is to stop for a minute and just realize that we're all just people, and that we're playing with these colors that allows us to look past people, what they're wearing, what they're
sounds like that would be a great
color
movie.
their face is.
Yeah, that would be great.
Right, exactly.
Wow, okay. I didn't know that. Very cool.
Yeah,
okay.
Whose status is where, stuff like that. So it's all about like,
wow, that's deep, actually.
Let's be together. Let's be one community. That's the Holi Festival.
I did not know that.
Of it.
So when is the Holi Festival again?
March 16th, Saturday, March 16th. So come and check out Holi Festival, Saturday, March 16th. You guys can check out the link. Check out the link in the description of the video I mentioned, or go type in Indian Holi Taipei 2019 in Facebook, you'll find the event right at the top there.
Beautiful,
yes,
beautiful.
There are 2 events going on, 2 Holi events. We're going to be working with the Holi event that's been running, the biggest one that's been running since 2013, and that's on March 16th, Saturday.
Beautiful. And that's with Mayur
Indian Kitchen. Yeah. So if you want more, you can also more
hit
info.
Hit up Mayur, man. He's a good dude.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Check out his website. His Facebook page, Mayur Indian Kitchen. It'll have more information about it there. So.
Very cool. Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think I've said everything.
Yes.
Everything I want to say about all the projects I've got going on. So is there anything else you want to know about, or?
Honestly, I think you've covered most of the things that I wanted to ask you about, and I wanted to say thank you for coming here. Also, one more thing is. Happy Chinese New Year. We forgot to say that. Hey. Everybody, right?
Happy
we forgot to mention that at the beginning of the show, because I really had a lot of questions to ask, and I wanted to ask because I wanted you guys to know what's happening with Taiwan Observer and Chatty Bao Bao and the Daily Dose and all that cool stuff. Taiwan Creators,
the Mr. Moo on Twitch. If you're on Twitch, go check me out.
To all the Twitch people out there, check it out. Yeah. So I think that's it. Chinese New Year, guys. We'll wrap it up with that, yeah?
Yeah, thank you very much, everybody. Taiwan Observer, out!
Take it easy, guys. We'll see you next time. Peace. All right.